21st of July 2015, and I'm very pleased to have Mr. Igor Kostelac with me. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Igor?
Yeah, you pronounced correctly, finally, yeah, okay.
Great, thank you. Now, Igor has just called me on Skype, and he's explained that it's very hot there today, so he's been out and getting some cool, and now he's kindly called me back. Now, just as an introduction, I'd like to say, Igor, that, sorry, I've just got the cat chasing me down at my feet here. I'd just like to say that I don't want to get into an argument with you. I want to have a respectful discussion with you. I will allow you to talk without interrupting you or talking over the top of you, and I would appreciate the same respect from you. And also, if we can try and keep our replies concise, in other words, hopefully answers shouldn't be any longer than 2 minutes long, so that the video is not too long. Otherwise, obviously, it'll be too long for people to watch.
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 minutes. I don't think that this is enough time to answer the questions, especially not this kind of matter, because this is very constructive, and it's not simple to answer something. Okay, I will try, but I just remind you that this is very difficult to explain something like this in 2 minutes. But okay, I will try to be as short as I could.
Sure, and I've just switched back so that I can be seen on camera here as well. Obviously, there are some things that will require some more explanation, and if we need to, we can go over time, but you know, I think we'll just have to play that by ear. There's a question I would like to ask. I'm just going to flick back to the video showing the webcam that we started off discussing, which you believe shows the winged planet Nibiru, and this is on the Starnbergersee webcam. Now, it's probably going to be easier if I can switch to screen sharing, so that you can see what I'm looking at, and then you can comment on it. So if that's okay with you, what we'll do is we'll turn off the our webcams, and then I'll share in my screen with you. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'll turn off my webcam, and I will see if I can start sharing with you. You might need to turn off yours. I'll just see how we go. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, blurry, but I can see it.
Okay, hopefully it might.
It's all in squares, you know.
Okay. Well, in the final video, it should be a lot clearer, but I guess you know what we're looking at here. You recognise the webcam. So we can see this object here. This is on Tuesday the 30th at the 10th hour and 0 minute. That's the local time in Germany. Now, do you agree that this is the object that we've been discussing with the wings on it?
No, this is not the object that we are discussing. This is something completely different. And I yesterday made, before we made this meeting today, I made a video on my second channel on Separate Society, named or called "And Now Bug Off." And then I show exactly what is this and what is that, what I've been showing to you in this video. So if you, and I make and compare between these two different things. So what is this? I didn't include this in my video because this is certainly not what I'm showing to you in my video. In my video, I'm showing you a red object which is patched by some kind of a watermark filter, which is overlay over something that is probably visible in the sky, not with a naked human eye, but rather you have to consider, or people who will be watching that later, that a camera, especially this one in Germany, it's on a very high ISO resolution, so accessibility of the camera, it's very high. That's why you can see also the star in the movement, because it's a long exposure. And I want to say that this, what are you showing here, it's not what I've been using in my video in any point, because this here, it's coming in the front of this, I already forget how you say, this stick on the boat, you know what I mean?
The mast.
Yeah, the mast, yeah, thank you. The mast. This come in the front of the mast, which it means that this is in the front of this boat. So if this will be a planet, this is impossible, because the planet cannot stay in front of the mast. So this is not it. This may be a spider, this may be a bug, this may be a dirt on the camera. I don't know what it is, but this is not what I'm showing you in the video.
Okay.
Okay. That's why sorry. That's why I not include this one in my presentation. Okay.
Okay. Well, what I'll do in that case is I've downloaded the images from that webcam and saved them, so this is a lot easier. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll start off at the end of the first day of July, 23:30. I'll start off with that one, and then we'll work backwards. Okay. So there's nothing there. There's nothing there at the moment. Okay.
Yes.
Now I believe that.
Wait. There is in a moment. As you can see. Can you go back one step back, please? One more, because I have a very bad picture here. One more, please.
Okay. This takes us to the next day.
Okay. Yeah. Look at that here. You see that?
Are you talking about up there?
Yeah. It was here, and now it's here.
Yeah, I've seen your video where you say.
Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that patch in the middle of the screen?
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just bear with me for a minute, Igor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step back. I believe that that's a different object to the one that we were discussing originally, but let me step back until we get to the one that is clearly the one that we were talking about. Okay.
This is not the object. This is the filter from the camera. This is a watermark filter, which they just make an overlay over something what is probably visible in the sky, because this camera has got ability to pick up things 20 times better than human eye. So you understand that we cannot see so many stars in the night with the naked eye. How much this camera shows to us? Okay.
Okay. Now, my understanding from watching one of your recent videos is that you're saying that there is a little watermark up in this corner that they move from this corner and they put it over any object that they don't want us to see to blur it out. Am I correct? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, correct.
All right. Okay. So let's step back. Now we can see the orange color of the cloud. I remember in your video that you were saying that this Nibiru object was illuminating the clouds. I'm going to step backwards, so I'm going back in time, and so we're talking about this object here that appears to have wings, and we can see that it's got this orange color to it here. All right. Now, so we're agreed that this is the object that we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep stepping this back, and we can see that this object is sort of pretty much remaining in the same place in the sky. It's doing a little bit of a dance around, but it's...
may I answer this?
Yes.
Yes, okay. These photos are not in the right order. They mingle the order of the photos. This is what they are doing, not only here to confuse someone who is watching, because if they leave this in proper order, you will see that this is moving, and I put this in a right order, but not very well. I think that they have every 10 minutes. I think every 10 minutes they shoot one photo, so there is something what is missing in between, because this is. And when I put it, you can see that this thing it's moving almost like a boomerang. Almost like a boomerang.
Okay,
but
well,
we miss a lot of this photo because this is don't forget that this is the camera make one photo each 10 minutes during the day, and during the night each half an hour.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess all we can go by is the information that's on here, which you're saying that they're taking out of order. So this is an important thing for people to look at. Down here, it gives us the time. Excuse me, the time and also the date here. So that's the 1st of July 2015. Now the other visual clues that we've got, of course, is the light angles, the shadows on the water, and the lighting. So if these images are taken out of order, that should also show up in the shadows and the relative lighting as the sun passes across the sky. The other thing that we've got as visual clues in some of the images are clouds, so we can tell by cloud movement whether the images are taken out of order or not. I'm going to continue to step back because this is quite important. Okay, now I've just stepped forward again. That was at 16:30 on the 1st of July. So I'm going to step back, and we can see that the object has suddenly disappeared at 16:20.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
now,
what I'm talking about.
Right. But if I'm just going to step between those two images. I'm flicking backwards and forwards, just to compare what we can see. Okay, between those two images, we can see that there's a boat that is suddenly moving across there, leaving a wake, and we can see that the three boats have moved on the water there. But anyway, I'm going to keep stepping back. Now this is the next photo, and the object is back in the sky at 16:10. So I'm going to keep stepping back, and we see that the object is still pretty much in the same top left corner, although it moves around slightly. Okay, now you can see it's looking darker here, which I believe is simply because of the changed position of the sun in the sky as the sun crosses the sky. Okay, now.
Okay, may I enter here inside this comment, because if this is the, for example, bug or a spider, and this is in the front of the camera, because probably the spider make a spider net of a, how you said,
on the dome.
What? Sorry.
On the dome of the camera, the housing.
Yeah, right. On the protecting box of the camera.
Yes.
Because this is the camera which is outside, so it's protected from the rain and from the sun. And the spider probably, if spider make a net, he will connect his net in the front of the camera for this protection box. Is that right?
Yes, sure. Okay, but now Igor, let me step back, and then we'll come to your points. Okay, I want to keep stepping back because there's something we're trying to get here. We're watching this object in the top left-hand corner, and here we go. It's just dropped down there. I'll just step forward one. So that was at that's at 12:20 on the 1st of July. And then the previous one is at 12:10, so that's 10 minutes earlier, and you see how it's dropped right down there. Now I'll keep stepping back, and there are those wings again, and the wings, and the wings. There are the wings still there. I'll just keep stepping it back because an interesting thing is going to happen very soon. Now I'll just step forward again. This one here is interesting because we seem to have two parts to it. So I'm not sure if maybe that's the spider and that's the insect, or maybe it's just that the insect is, we're just looking at it at a different angle. But I'll step this back. Okay, we're getting there. You can see how the lighting is changing as the sun is going down. You're getting that pink color in the sky, and now it's harder to see the object because of the lighting. That's the moon that we see there.
Yes.
Okay, now notice how fast the moon moves across the sky.
Yes.
Okay, as I say, 15 degrees per hour. Okay, now we can still see this red spot here, which you say is blurred out. Now there's so many images I've downloaded, this is taking a while, so I'm going to step through quite fast.
While you searching the image, I would like to tell you something about that spider that I started talking. This is very important. So if this is the spider, for example, or a bug in the front of the camera, you understand that the sun can only illuminate this from the other side, which is not visible to the camera. So if a bug or a spider, it became red because of the reflection of the sun, it can be only from the other part of the bug, because it's the sunny side. Yeah. This side here, it's the camera side, and it cannot be illuminated but by the sun because it's turned to the camera, into the camera. Do you understand?
Yes, that's true. It's true that it's illuminated directly when it's the orange or red color, but when it's dark like this, it's been indirectly illuminated because obviously there is reflected light from the foreground, coming off the sky and off the boats, and there's light coming in. We don't have to have light shining directly on something for it to be illuminated. I'm sitting inside here. It's 11:15 in the morning, and the sun is shining outside, and I've got the window open. I don't have any lights on inside, but I can see everything inside my house clearly without direct sunlight, and it's the same thing with this. But anyway, I've got to the point that I was getting back to, and this is at 9:30 on June the 30th. So we've stepped back from the 1st of July to June 30th. At 9:30, now if I take this back one more step, and we can see the wings on this object, you agree? Yes. Okay, if I take that back one more step, we now see that the object is over the water. So obviously,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. That's why I'm not including this, because this is not the same thing. You understand? This is two completely different things.
Well, we'll have
I'm sorry. They're only because of the camera. It's fixed. It's not going around. They're coincidentally, I don't believe in any coincidence, but okay, they are coincidentally very near. So let me show you something. get a link from someone, and he point me to this camera, because I don't follow this camera, because I follow other cameras, and I don't have so much time. I will spend all my day just watching different cameras. It's impossible. I can only watch one, maybe two, three cameras, depends how many computer I turn on in a certain time. But what I like to say that you went, and my video was about the 1st of July or 2nd of July. It was 2nd of July. Is that right?
No, I believe it was the 1st of July.
Then I went back to the camera, and I went to see if this is coincidence or this is happening some other day in some other time, etc., etc. So I saw this, and I'm not that stupid that I know everything about bugs in cameras and patches and dirt on the focus of the camera. You can probably see that this is in the front of this island there, or shore, whatever it is, and in the front of this how you said this. Harbor part where you can walk, this
the pier.
Walkboard, you see,
the pier.
Walkboard, whatever it is. Okay, now this is so. Now let me tell you what I do. What I did. Sorry, I went back not only 2 days but many days back, and I realized that this dot in the upper right corner, which is present now on the screen, it's there, and this is very important because this dot, it's moving. And it's can be how you say enlarged, can be squeezed as they need, you know. So I don't think that there is a man behind this. This must be a how you said
automatic,
remote, must be operating by the software in the camera. So this, for me, this is the watermark, which in the case of emergency or whatever it is, this is new. This is not very old. This is not what I did a year ago or even 3-4 months ago. This is, I saw this also on other cameras. This is not something new. So what I do, I went back to this camera after the 2nd July, mostly every day, and I watched the situation. And what I found out, that this big reddish circle, it's somehow patched or overlaid by this or much more bigger black transparent watermark filter, which inside of this filter, if you can pick up an image and went to the graphic program, you can play a bit with the contrast and with the brightness and with hue saturation, and you can see there that there is something inside this patch, and this something, it's round. It's not very round like a moon or a sun. I mean, these edges of this sun, it's not so sharp, as I said. So it looks like there is something around this, like kind of a fog or something around this, what is around. And I put a circle in a graphic program around in that way that this edge, which is round, must enter in this circle that I made in a graphic program. So I just make them going like this perfectly, much as I can do, because the image is very blurry and it's not clear. You understand that if they're hiding something, they can hide it in that way. But this is not the only thing which is here. The crucial thing. The crucial thing here is that if this is the case, that we have only this and nothing else around it, then I will agree that this is a bug or spider or dirt on the camera or whatever. But we are dealing here with something very, very special, because during this appearance of this round red circle, patched red circle, we have other consequences which is visible on this video, on this photo. So first, it's a reddish horizon, and very reddish, and sunrise is already gone, and this is illuminated from above, not from a side, you know, not from how can I say, yeah, from a side. It's from above. And while this is vanishing also the reddish red color on this cloud there. And so we got now two things that are synchronized, and they're very, for me, this is as a policeman, very, very suspicious. So we have two facts that can be tied together. Now there is something else what I didn't pay attention there, but it is very, very clearly from almost I don't know, maybe a week or 10 days ago, somewhere around this date that I present in my video, even before 2nd July or 1st of July, we have situation in the morning that after we have dark, visible dark, clear visible dark, but when the complete photo it's darkened, and then after 11:30 around midnight, we can see in a place where is the moon, in the point where moon is setting, you show me the moon, this place, we have strong light coming below the horizon, rising up, and illuminated the whole bay or lake. I don't know what is it because I see only a part of this area. So I never went to Google Map and see what is going on here. But we have clearly seen light which is in 4:30 in the morning at the peak of the illuminating, the illumination of this object. It's so strong that in 4:30 in the morning a.m. It's a much more brighter sky than during the day when the sun is here. So this is something this is the third. We have the third fact which is supporting that this is something here. And
okay, Igor, just
okay,
before you
go
go on to any more points, because you've covered 3 points there now, and not taken a break. So we need to cover each point one by one and address them so we don't make it too long for each section. Now, do you agree that this is the object that you pointed out as being Nibiru Planet X in your video?
Okay, let me say something. The information about Nibiru Planet X or whatever this is are suppressed. So I cannot say that this is Nibiru, I cannot say that this is Planet X, but I can tell you that this is the object in the sky and it's winged. And what do we know?
Okay, you did say in your video that it was Nibiru Planet X, did you not? You did say that in your video, did you not?
Yeah, I named it this. I named. How can I name it?
Okay, all right. Well, let's accept. Let's accept
the only two expressions that are known to the people. So this is, as you can see, winged. This is winged 100%. But what if? I've been thinking about that. What if? In this system, which is entering in the solar system, and that consists more than 12 objects, at least 12 objects, and I count many times, as you call it, it's a sun reflection, but it's not, because sun reflection cannot be repeatedly be same on the same day, in the same hour, or in a different hour, even when the sun is down, or it's not present there at all, and you have this round shape, I mean, a really round shape, which is visible behind the clouds, but the shape is visible. So I don't know what this is. And I all the time say, I can't claim that this is Nibiru. I call it Nibiru 100 times. I call it Planet X. I can call it Shooby-Dooby-Dah. It doesn't matter. This is something would not belong to our solar system.
Okay.
And
Okay, let me comment on that. In fact, indeed, you did call this Nibiru Planet X in your videos. But here is the point that I want to make. We accept that this is the object that we were talking about in your videos.
Yes.
But if I look over here in this corner, we also see the thing that you claim is a watermark that they shift over the video to cover up and blur out the object that they want to hide. Now, you've been saying that this is blurred because they have blurred it out. But yet I see that what you call as a watermark, which I believe is simply just another spot on the camera cover, is still there. It's still up in the right-hand corner. According to your logic,
only one watermark. Do you think that they have only one watermark?
Oh, okay. So do you think?
What about if for example, now come 3 objects they have to hide from the people? What about that?
Well, I've seen in your videos that you
handle it. No, they are preparing very well for this event.
I've seen in your videos that you point out where this what you call as a watermark is not visible in the object in the image because you say that they've moved it over an object that they want to blur out. But that is simply an effect of the lighting at the time where the sun is and so on. But now the other point that I want to ask you about is that as we know that these images during the day are taken every 10 minutes. And they're taken every 30 minutes at night. Okay.
Yes.
Now, as I step forward, we can see that the object remains pretty much in the same place. But we know that the Earth is turning once on its axis, 360 degrees.
What did you just say? I'm sorry. Did you say that Earth is turning? Is that what you say?
Yes, I did. You accept that the Earth is turning, or do you deny that the Earth is turning on its axis?
How can you say something like this? Did you see that with your own eyes? No.
I see.
Somebody say and you take it, you know?
Okay, so all right. So
well, please, wait. No, please. I'm begging you. Please let me just enter here with one very, very important thing. Now, okay. You went to the school, it didn't teach you that Earth is round, okay, that it's spinning, going around the sun, etc., blah, blah, blah. Okay, now imagine a situation, and it's a globe, okay, it's a round globe, okay. Now imagine a situation that you are going to the school, and you can also make an experiment with the kids, if you like. So you put the kids who don't know anything, and you said it's Earth, it's flat, or Earth, it's a cube, or it's a pyramid. It's a static. Sun, it's at altitude about 5,000 kilometers. Moon, it's at altitude of maximum 90-80 kilometers, not 1,000, 90-80 kilometers, and it's not that big. But if and etc. etc. So, what will do these kids in their conversation if somebody come and say that Earth it's round and it's spinning around the sun? What will this kid say to him? They will say, "Oh, come on, what are you talking about? This is bullshit." Because the science, now listen very good. The science said that Earth is a cube, it's not spinning, and the sun is that long, that high, and moon is that high. And okay, but have you ever seen this? This is just a story. This is just a story. Do you understand this? I was a guy just like you 5 years ago. With astronomy, I like stars. I like to watch documentary about space, about the nature, about everything. And then suddenly I catch something that completely changed me, because I see that we live in a story. This is a fairy tale what we live in now. You know, you're talking about astronomy.
Okay, give me an opportunity to reply, Igor.
Okay, yeah. Okay, go.
You make a good point, and the fact is that through discovery and learning, we do change our understanding of science and so on, right? So you make a good point that what we accept one day might be different another day, and that is simply due to experimentation and discovery and testing, and that is what science is about. Science is not a religion. It's not a thing that is not dynamic and doesn't change. It changes based on new discoveries. Now, it is true that a few hundred years back, the accepted belief was that the sun orbited the Earth, not the Earth orbiting the sun. But it was through thinkers like Galileo doing testing and others doing experimentation that proved beyond any doubt that the Earth orbits the sun and not the sun orbiting the Earth. Now that is science. Now science is as simple as saying 2 + 2 = 4. If somebody says 2 + 3 = 4, then all you have to do is sit down with 4 stones, count out 2 and another 2, count them up, see how many you've got. You've got 4. That's simple science. But getting back,
let me tell you something about 2 and 2 is 4. Now this is good example.
Hang on, let's not go off on a tangent, because we're talking about Nibiru Planet X, and I want to get back. I want to get back to the question, because we're getting off topic here. I want to get back to the question.
No, you're not getting off the topic, because you just mentioned that 2 and 2 is 4 because science said so. But okay, as you know, the mathematics it's an exact science. Did I say right? Yes. Exact science.
Exact science. Pure science.
Okay. Now, if you divide 10 by 3, how much is the result?
It's not an exact number.
Oh, you see, how can it be? How can mathematics be exact science when you have not exact how you say
exact number? Talking about not being an exact number is not the same as talking about it not being an exact science.
This is the call that rest and show that something is very wrong.
If I give if I give you a whole cake, but I take a bite out of it before I give it to you, it's not a whole cake then, is it? But it's still a cake. But anyway, I want to get back to the important point of, okay, it seems that you don't believe that the Earth rotates 300...
No, I don't believe anymore that Earth rotates. Okay. I must admit this, yes.
Do you accept then, in that case, that the sun does cross the sky from east to west? Do you accept that?
Yes, in some way, yes.
Okay, do you accept that the moon crosses the sky from east to west?
Yes.
And do you accept that the stars cross the sky from east to west?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So would you accept that the sun crosses the sky at 15 degrees per hour at the ecliptic?
No.
Why not?
Because not.
Okay, well, let me put the question another way to you. How long does it take the sun to start on one horizon, cross the sky, and then return back to the same point? How many hours would that take?
24.
24 hours, okay.
Yes,
How many degrees are there in a circle?
360.
It's 360. So if we divide 360 by 24 hours, we get 15. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be 15 degrees per hour, would it not?
Okay.
Okay, so the point is that the sun and the moon does in fact cross the sky at 15 degrees per hour at the ecliptic. Okay. Would you agree?
I have a digression here. This is let's take this picture for example. What do we see here? We see only 180 degrees here. So the sun is moving from 180 degrees to the 0 degrees. Is that right?
And you're talking about our view from horizon to horizon.
Yeah, right. Because yes. This is all I see.
Yeah.
This is all I see. So now divide 90. Now you can divide how much fast go sun.
Okay, so you're talking about 180 degrees, and you're going to divide it by approximately 12 hours, and that's going to depend on what time of the year, whether it's summer or winter, and how long your day is. But let's say 12 hours. You're still going to get the same answer. That 180 divided by 12 is going to be the same answer as dividing 360 by 24. It's going to be 15 degrees per hour, isn't it? But
they have 24 hours, not 12 hours.
Well, you're talking about 180 degrees, not.
Yes, but they have 24 hours.
Well, hang on. You've got to include the night time as well. You know, you've got 12 hours of night as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Nighttime is included. So 24 hours and 180 degrees. Now what we're going to do?
Okay, well, even if we ignore the nighttime and we only talk about the daytime, and we take the 180 degrees of the sky for a flat Earth, and we look at how long it takes the sun to cross the sky, and that's going to be approximately 12 hours depending what time of the year it is. It's still going to take the sun or the moon, it's going to be 15 degrees per hour to cross the sky.
Are you pointing that this planet or object in the sky, which you're pointing in my video, it's not moving?
That's correct. Yes, it's moving slightly, but it's not moving very much. Okay. You know,
no.
I'm going to go back to where I found the moon.
So kind, because you have enabled your desktop. Will you be so kind to go my channel, Separate Society, and pick up the video called "This Is Not a Bug" Part 3.
Separated Society.
Yeah, this is not a bug. It calls the video Part 3. Or it's not a bug. This is not a bug. It's not very far away. It's a video next after this one. So I'll go a little bit under. Yes.
This one here.
Here we are. Just a moment. So the part 3. It's not a bug. Part 3. Wait. Here it is. Part 3. It's a. Okay. Now watch.
Okay, can I step this forward?
Yeah, go on.
At what point do I need to go to?
No. Leave the video. Leave the video, because this is showing that this is moving.
Okay, so
if you're going further, you will not see the movement. Okay, now leave the video run.
Okay, I'll bring it back and I'll let it run.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it doesn't seem to be moving terribly much to me. It's still pretty much still pretty much in the same region of the sky. If this was are these steps every 10 minutes? How long are these steps? It doesn't show. See,
I just put the order very. Look at the distance now.
All this to me is proving that the object is not moving any great deal in the sky.
And it's going back. It's going like this. Like a boomerang.
Well, if the Earth, if the sun and the moon and the stars are moving across the sky at 15 degrees per hour, I would expect this object to do exactly the same.
No, who said that?
Well, everything else does.
It's nothing. First of all, we don't know what kind of orbit this object has, because this is completely unknown to our knowledge. So we don't know what we are dealing with here. This going retrograde one morning follow the sun, one morning it's behind the sun, one morning it's in the front of the sun, sometimes it's on the northwest, sometimes it's the southwest, sometimes it's on the northeast. So there is no way that you can predict where this is coming out. This is the main problem. This is the main problem. And me, who is watching these cameras for I don't know how many, now 3 years constantly, I can't catch this for a head or for a tail, because I just cannot realize, I cannot predict exactly where, I can see it, where is it during the week, but I don't know, and I see that going, for example, from the east to the west, and then I know that it's going from the west to the east, but I cannot predict when this will be coming out below the horizon and visible. It's impossible. I tried many. I will be so happy to make video about this. This is not what we are known. This is not anything known to our knowledge. This is the problem. This is the biggest problem of all.
You see
yeah. Okay, go on.
You see the image that I have here on my screen, Igor. This is the orbit diagram of planet X. Can you see it clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, there's planet X here, and is our solar system. This is the orbit of Neptune here, and as you can see, planet X is apparently, if we take what you're saying as true, this is the apparent orbit of planet X, because from one day to the next it seems to be all over the sky, and you know, people say it can only be seen from the South Pole, and it can only be seen below the ecliptic.
You didn't get one thing. I think personally that it's moving in the shape of number 8. This is the only logical what can explain retrograde moving of this planet. And when I'm talking about the retrograde moving of this planet, then I'm talking about the NASA photos, from Soho. And you can watch in a Betty Blue video, has make a 5-part excellent video about planet Earth, the house of the rising sun. And if you didn't watch this video, I friendly advise you to watch this video, because this is explain everything and how many objects are inside, and we don't know that how many objects are following these suns. We know for the 5 pieces that we already saw in the NASA images. This is very important, and this is moving 30 times faster than Venus. 30 times faster than Venus. Do you understand that? You know what kind of speed is that? And I like to tell you this. This is very important. And it's very important also for this photo here. Usually, time lapses have 42 or 39 seconds. This is the WhatsApp camera. Usually, they have 39 minutes. It's last one time lapse video from whole day. Now, the next day you come and you find 38 seconds that video. It lasts 38 seconds, so 1 second is missing. But people don't know one thing: when you put this video in a video program, when you can go frame by frame, 1 second has about 4 or 5 frames, different frames. This is very important. And according to their description of how often they make one photo in a time, they said that they're taking photo each 6 minutes. Now, 5 times 6, it's half an hour. So when they remove 1 second, in effect, they are removing 30 minutes. And look now where we are. What I always showing to you, this, when it's present only 30, maximum 40 minutes. Maximum 40 minutes. So we are constantly on the same value here on this time-lapse videos. We always have 40 minutes of happening here. I'm over now. Go.
No, I disagree. Let me go back to the images that I was showing before. And I'll start from the end of 1st of July, as I did earlier. And
I was on your astronomical club webpage yesterday, and there was a photo from some of your members who take a photo of a comet. I don't know, it was Ison or Elenin or whatever it is.
It was Comet Pan-STARRS.
Okay. Now, For me, it's a bug on the telescope.
Oh, okay. Well, there are thousands. There
You
are
see,
hundreds.
it's the same as this photo. It looks same as a bug on the screen.
Well,
it's round, it's black, and you can see it through.
It's a challenge for you in that case, Igor. You tell us that you've got 3 telescopes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That same comet that you claim is a bug, and I suspect you're being facetious, but that same comet that you saw the photograph of, you can take your telescope and you can aim your telescope at the correct right ascension declination coordinates for that comet, and you can view that comet through your telescope. Now, you tell us that you've got 3 telescopes. Why don't you take one of your 3 telescopes and your fancy camera that you tell us that you've got and take some images of the object that we see in these webcams? Why can't you do that?
Are you talking about the objects that I'm talking about?
We're talking about Planet X, Nibiru, or whatever else you want to call it.
Okay, I mean, can you repeat? Let me see, did I understand you well? You want me to take my telescope and to take my Samsung very sensitive camera and to take a picture of this object in the sky that I said that it's present in the sky. Is that what you say?
That's correct.
Well, my friend, you see, you didn't get a very, very important point. It's all about the perspective. So we have camera in Postojna. Now this is very important. Now listen to me. We have camera in Postojna, which is turned off for 3 months. We have camera in Trieste, which is turned off more than 4 months. Do you know why? Because this camera and camera from Postojna lay on the same direction. Only the camera in Postojna, it's 50 kilometer backward.
Igor,
okay?
Igor,
Listen. This is very important. So we watching the east, we watching the west from the 10 different camera. Now listen, this is very important. It's all about the perspective. On 2 cameras, you got an object clearly visible, there is there, and from all other cameras, which are pointing in the same direction from the different areas, you don't have this. You don't have this object. And now I'm going to point you this in a very practical way. When you have a keyhole, you see, and you put, for example, an apple on the floor in the room, and you close the door, and you watch through the keyhole. Are you sure that you can see this apple from the keyhole? Not only from one part of the keyhole, because this is the perspective. You see, you go in the top of the keyhole, and you watch the apple which is laying on the floor, which is visible only from the top of the keyhole. But when you watch through the keyhole, straight, you cannot see. You can see the floor, you can see everything, but you don't see the apple on the floor.
Igor, at any one time,
excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't know. Be unfair, but you asked me why I didn't do that. Now I'm coming to the point. I live in Rijeka. Rijeka, it's in a quarter bay, surrounded by islands and surrounded by mountains behind. And my horizon, it's not so open as in Postojna, and in Portorož it's very good, and in Savuda, because there it's everything so flat until the Venice, and Venice, behind the Venice, it's a big valley, everything is flat, so when something went down, you can see it completely in a full resolution, if I can say that. So I cannot, unfortunately, I don't live in a place where I can see that. I watch every morning, I watch every night, I have camera, I capture sky every night, about 5-4 hours. I have tons of this material, and I watch carefully. When I leave a camera outside and I capture sky for 5 hours, you must understand that I come home and then I watch these 5 hours, not frame by frame, but in real time, so I can see if anything happen, anything show up, and I found amazing things on this, and I will post maybe for 2 days, maybe tomorrow, because I found some very interesting part of this scattering. From time to time, I put it on my YouTube channel, and unfortunately, I'm not live in this area where this is visible. So this is not visible from everywhere. This is very important.
At any one time, approximately half of the Earth can see the same area of sky. Okay, so I'm in New Zealand. People over in Australia who are in Sydney, there's 2 hours difference or 30 degrees difference between New Zealand and Sydney in Australia. If we go out and look at the sky, we're looking at the same sky. There would be literally thousands of astronomers and amateurs, and they're not all controlled by NASA or the powers that be or anything like that. They can
Correct.
take their cameras, they can take their telescopes. Now, you mentioned that you went onto the astrophotography page or the Tauranga astronomy page to see those images. Now, I'm a member of several astrophotography pages where you've got thousands of astronomers all around the world, amateur astronomers and simple astrophotographers, and they're all looking at the sky. Some of them are using wide-angle lenses. They're using 18mm lenses, fisheye lenses. Some of them are using their wide-angle lenses to make complete panoramas of the whole sky. And none of these people are seeing anything unusual. The camera that I use is the camera that I use is a Canon 60DA. Now the A stands for astrophotography. It's factory modified, so it does not have the infrared cut filter in it, which means that we can see in the infrared spectrum the hydrogen alpha, the red colors. And I've used that camera to take images of the Orion Nebula and Eta Carinae and so forth. And you see so many stars that you can't see with your naked eye. And yet I've never seen this object that you point to in these webcam images. And you know, I'm sorry, Igor, but your explanation just does not cut it, because there are so many people that can see large areas of the sky at any one time.
Did you just hear what you've been saying? I mean, I am very now surprised, because either you don't want to consider what I've been saying about 1,000 times on my videos. I said every few days I said that again, because I'm sick of this stupid fucking question. I'm sorry for my expression, but I'm really pissed off on this. Now, how can you see something with your naked eye what is invisible? Please, can you explain me? Do you have infrared telescope?
Yes, we do.
Do you have infrared telescope?
Yes, we do. You put an infrared camera on a standard telescope, it's an infrared telescope. A telescope is not an infrared telescope as such. You put an infrared camera on it. Astronomy Live, for example, if you go to his YouTube channel, he has taken infrared images of objects in his search for what is supposed to be Nibiru. He has put in the right ascension and declination coordinates of objects that are supposed to be Nibiru, and he has filmed them in infrared. As I said, the camera that I use is a Canon 60DA. The A stands for astrophotography. It means that it does not have the infrared cut filter in it, so that we can film in the red and infrared spectrum. Now, that camera is not a true infrared camera, but as I say, Astronomy Live does have a true infrared camera, and any astronomer can buy a true infrared camera and just put it on the end of the telescope and film in infrared. It's not restricted to NASA.
Okay, let me tell you something. Again, I will repeat again this, and I see that you don't connecting what I'm saying from before. So first, you said I will repeat as I remember well. You can correct me if you see that from Australia and from New Zealand there are 2 hours different, and the astronomers what the astronomers from New Zealand looking at that can see the astronomers from Australia. Is that right?
We can see the same area of sky plus or minus two hours, because obviously it's at sunset in Sydney, then it's going to be dark here in New Zealand. So
okay, but I get the point. Okay, I understand well. Now let me repeat once again, because if you, I don't know if you're so ignorant to forget this what I'm saying, and you're focused only to deny me, or you are listening what I'm saying altogether and try to put this out of your understanding the thing. This is the most biggest problem with astronomers, because they cannot think outside of the box. This is the problem. You think that there is a rule of moving something and nothing can break this rule. Now, this is not the truth. First of all, perception is the key point in this matter. Key point. This is not my invention, my imagination. Everybody who write and describe this, commenting this matter, whatever, who are in dealing with this, with Nibiru Planet X, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. The title is not important. Everybody said it's the thing of the perception, because me in Rijeka, I don't see a shit. Sorry, nothing. I can see nothing. You know.
It's a good
I am
reason for that.
one who like to see this. I would give everything in word to take a photo of this and bring you this. Said, look at Greg, look what I did. I just shot this in the sky of Rijeka. but then that day will come. I'm patient, because this thing is visible, as Crop Circle said, and I believe that this is a very good point of it, that we'll be seeing this in November. It's only question where this will be visible. Where this is very important. It may be in the case that this is in the constellation Scorpio. Here in Croatia, in November, constellation Scorpio, we use same the same software for astronomical software, Starry Night Pro. I have this software from the beginning, from the first version. I like it very much, and for me it's the best. And when I watch the position in November of Scorpio, it's hanging very low on the horizon. Look at that, up again, very low on the horizon. So Scorpio is not completely visible from my country. There's a part of the Scorpio which is below the horizon or below the ecliptic or whatever, but it won't be in case that Nibiru or VORTEX or whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. If anything from this system will be visible and it will be placed in a lower part of the Scorpio constellation, I will be not able to see this. Even it's there, But somebody else will be able to see this. So half or maybe people will see that, and half said, "What are you talking about? There is nothing. I just watch it in the sky and there is nothing there." But it's not. It's gonna be a part when it will be visible partly for some part of the world, and until this is not approaching and be at a peak of the close. I mean the closest in the closest position to the Earth. It's not visible to everyone.
Okay, Igor, I was sent a message a little while ago via YouTube. You can see the points laid out here, and I'll pick up from this one here. Yeah. Where is it? Did you know that Igor announced that for, I think it's 9th of December 2012, or it could be 12th of September, depending on the date format, that Nibiru will become visible with naked eyes to everybody?
Where did I said that?
Oh, that's what I would like to know. This is why I'm asking you, because there was a link to.
Let me tell you something. There is a group of the people in Croatia. There's 5 or 6 guys and girls who are related to the church. I mean, to the Catholic Church, who are paid to to distract what I'm saying. Okay, whatever. So what they're saying. They all the time pick up the dates out and then say, I said this. I never said nothing. I said only once, and it was the truth. It was the 22nd of November 2011. It was the time when the Elenin should pass whatever Elenin was, should pass very close to the Earth, according to NASA diagram. So NASA diagram shows that something will pass at 0.0, I don't know how many astronomical units. It's almost next to the moon, or I don't know how far. It was very, very close. So it was very close. So, and then nothing happened. It was quite, Elenin has disappeared, is going to pieces somehow. But what happened? 3 months later, there was a Russian astronomer who captured the sky and shows something what it's going toward the Earth. Then something comes around this object, shoot this thing and destroy it. And there's I was always against the 2012 and this hysteria about 2012. I always was against it. I never agree with this. In any of my article on the blog, you can use a translator. I never said that anything will happen in 2012. This was the hysteria and the bullshit.
Okay, this video here, Croatian video channel, Igor Kostelac, Nibiru. Yeah. Now, obviously, I don't speak Croatian, so I can't translate it. But can you tell us what the content of this video was that you were commenting on?
Yeah, this is a very important video, because I was called by the TV crew from RTL television, to say something about the Nibiru and about that was 2011 when the alien was very in the center of the matter, you know, so of interest of the people, and then they call me and we meet here on this place in Rijeka. This is in the center of Rijeka, and I bring the papers with me with orbital diagrams, with everything what is representing what's going on.
I'm sure you did, but what I'd like to know is, did you make any predictions about dates in this video?
Yes, I did. Look at it. So I put the papers on the table, and the cameraman said, "What is this?" I said, "This is what is going to happen. This is the diagrams from the NASA. I just printed, and now look what we got here." And he put the camera into this paper, and he said, "Okay, now show me which one is the object and where it is to pass with your fingers." So I did all that, but they cut it all out. They didn't announce it. They didn't show this in this video.
Okay.
They cut it all into pieces, and they selectively make something what is not too scary for the sheep, you know.
And what was the prediction that you made about Nibiru? Did you say that it would be here in 2012? Is that correct?
No, I said that 2012 Nibiru will go out from the solar system. This is what I say, and I was right, because Nibiru, it don't have this orbit, as they say, that parabolic orbit. So it's not going like this. Oh no. Nibiru has orbit which lasts 5 times. So 5 times goes around the sun, go outside, go around the sun, and coming back. Each orbit is not so in a big how do you say, a big orbital way. It's always shorter. So I found out on one university in United States, they have an orbital diagram in a flash. You can play it about the comets. Comets are very interesting. They are going 5 times around, and in the 5th time they hit something. Sun, it maybe hit also the Earth, they can maybe hit the Moon, maybe it depends on the trajectory of this comet. So, as Carlos Mendoza said, Nibiru is the planet comet. So it got how you said I'm blocked. Wait, it has abilities of a planet and of a comet. So this is not something what is known to modern astrology.
Okay, can you explain to me why my many astronomer colleagues and astrophotographers have not been able to film this object?
Because they are looking in the wrong place.
Well, we're looking at 180 degrees of sky.
Well, no, it's not in the sky. This is
not
the
in the
problem.
sky.
I already pointed that.
It's not in the sky.
This is okay. Let me tell you now the something what is maybe of interest for you, because you're the astronomer. So I know personally the man who is the leader of the observation, star observation, how do you say it, observation point in Rijeka. In near Rijeka, it's one observation point, astronomical observation point, and he's the leader of this astronomical society and observation place. So I asked him one thing: how can this be possible that I have every day this on my cameras on panorama? I have thousands of photo excluded outside. You know, I must be a really manipulator, #1 in the world, to pick up from the dozen different cameras the same things every day, 2 or 3 times or 2 times in a day. And I said, how can this be possible? Please don't make a fool of me. And then he said like this. He said, well, there is only one possibility, and that this is under the ecliptic. And I said, it's under the horizon.
No, I'm sorry, Igor, I have to correct you on that. This is something that people who don't understand astronomy often say about Nibiru. They say, oh, it's under the ecliptic, so you can't see it. This is simply because they don't understand what the ecliptic is and how it works. Now, you are up in the northern hemisphere, and you can see all the way to the north ecliptic pole, which is a point in the sky, that the Now, in the southern hemisphere, okay, I'll just try not to confuse you with stuff here. In the southern hemisphere, we have the south ecliptic pole as well. I can see all the way down to the south ecliptic pole. Okay, what I was going to say before, when I paused, is that you have to make a distinction too between the ecliptic pole and the celestial pole. Okay, so all the stars appear to rotate around the celestial pole, but you also have the ecliptic poles. Now, this is very important. I can see all the way below the ecliptic down to the south ecliptic pole. Some people say you can only see Nibiru from the South Pole. Well, I can see everything in the sky that can be seen from the South Pole. Because I can see that point in space. So to say that it's below the ecliptic is, that just is nonsense, really, because everybody in the southern hemisphere can see below the ecliptic.
I think that this announcement that it's visible only from the South Pole, it's a fake. It's a fake notice, fake fact.
Right.
I think that it's not about the south, but it's about the north. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, you've got plenty of astronomers in the northern hemisphere that can see all the way above the ecliptic to the north ecliptic pole as well. And you go onto Facebook and you'll find astrophotography pages where people are taking panoramas of the sky. They're showing wide areas of the sky with highly sensitive cameras that pick up in the infrared spectrum as well. You've got people who are using night vision equipment to look for UFOs, and I'm on some of those groups as well. And they're just not seeing this Nibiru. And anyway, Igor, I need to wrap this up because we've been talking for 1 hour and 10 minutes now.
So we can talk for 3 hours. It doesn't matter. May I ask you for a favor, because you have opened, I see your desktop, and please, can you go to the Starnbergersee, go to the July 19? Can you do this? July 19. And now I will ask you something as astronomer.
What hour?
The 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, 4. Go to 2 o'clock in the morning. Just easy. Go back, and wait this to be clear out, because I get very blurry. Okay, now can you go 30 minutes forward? One step forward.
Okay, so I can see a red looking
object. Okay, yeah, but just go forward.
Okay, so that's 2 hours.
Yes. Okay. Now, do you see the light right in the place where you show me that the moon is setting? You see that light there?
Over here?
Here it is. Go half an hour forward, please.
Okay, so it's 3 o'clock.
It's not changing. It's the same. It's the same picture. Wait.
No, it's a different image. The boat's moved, but the lighting hasn't changed. You want me to go forward again?
Okay, go one more.
Okay, so that's 3:30, and the boats have moved, and the light's much the same. I think I know what you're going to say. You're talking about the lighting over here. Now, I had a look at this on Google Maps the other day. I was trying to work out exactly where the camera was and which direction it was looking. I think you'll find, Igor, that that there are maybe a city or township over here. I can see a red light, which indicates to me that there is a tower or...
Just a moment. Let me tell you something. Our viewers will not see that very good on the video, so I recommend to anyone to go to this Starnbergersee camera and look for themselves, because they can clearly see directly in their browser, because here is a light, big light in the sky, which is rising, which is ellipsed. And now you go 30 minutes forward. Go 30 minutes forward, please. And now you explain me something. What is this?
This here.
This is not city. This is not the city light. Oh no! This is not the city light. We have ellipsed. You have ellipsed light here, which is behind the clouds. Now go 4 hours. Now you explain me what the fuck is this?
Okay, 4 hours 30. Okay, so we're on to 10 minutes now. Okay, well what I'll do is I'll open up Starry Night and we'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at that date and time.
Why so much light in 4:30 in the morning, and then 30 minutes later it's dark again? I mean, it's much more darkened than before. It will be much more logical that it's darker in half past 4, than in 5 it's much more brighter, but it's not. but it's not. And not only that. Just look at that. Just look at that. What's going on the above the horizon? Why is this orange patch there in that moment? It's synchronized with this. It's very interesting. I showed you yesterday. I did yesterday a bug of video, and you can see in my video that there is something behind this patch. Visibly see. And one of my visitors has made a very good trick, which I can't use now because I have very big monitor. It's about 86 or 87 in diagonal and in diagonal and diameter, and it's a LED TV, digital LED TV, high resolution TV. So I have very clear and open picture in a big resolution, and I can see things that you cannot see in some laptop or maybe some 9-inch monitor. But there is a perfect trick with a laptop. You can bend your laptop lid under 45 degrees, so you can push it away from you, and then when you watch this part of the screen, you can see what is inside, because this is a kind of a light which make it possible what is it. So you know what was the illumination of the moon in this time? And the moon was not visible. It was very. You can go back when there is no illuminated moon at all. So don't take this one for example, because this may be a moon because the moon is on. But
yeah,
we have a day when the moon is completely dark. There is no any illumination of the moon, and we have this light there. And how can you explain that?
Okay.
What is the astronomical explanation for this?
This, as it's opened here, is set to the date and time that we were looking at for the other object. So this is actually the direction that the camera that we're looking at, right, the direction that it's looking at. And the if I've got this set correctly, the red box is the approximate field of view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the date and the time in, so that's Sunday the 19th at 4:30. Yes. So it's the 19th of July, and that is at 4:30. Now I've got to make this steps of 10 minutes. Okay, so I'll step that back to.
Are we looking? Is that? Yeah, this is the horizon. Yeah, see where is your horizon? I have very blurry image of this starry night. I see now it's horizon. Okay. Now go a bit down with the mouse. Can you put horizon a little bit lower, please, so people can see all the more lower. Yes. More. Yes, that will be okay.
Okay, I'll frame it so that the red box is in view, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom right out so that we've got an all sky image. Okay, so this is at 4:30 on the 19th of July 2015. I've got it set to Munich, Germany, which is close enough.
It's close, it's okay.
Okay,
yes.
Now let's just confirm that that's the same. That's 19th of July at 4:30. Okay, so back to Starry Night. I'm going to zoom right out so we get an all sky image. Okay, and I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to rotate this round so that we've got the north at the top there, and we can see, if I just pull this down a little bit, how am I going to do it? Okay, just up here, just out of view, you've got the sun is starting to come up over the horizon. Okay, so
where? On the northeast,
yeah,
but not on the southwest.
This is opposite. Northeast. Okay, if I step this forward, you can see that there is the sun coming up. And that is what is illuminating the clouds. That's all it is.
Wait. Do you see what's going on here on this? It's more and more light on the screen. And what's going on this Starnbergersee, you have very much light, which is suddenly disappear, start to be less bright, and then easily come the morning. Go on and see for yourself.
Okay. Well,
look at that. This is dark. This is dark.
This is dark. We can see stars. We can see stars in this one, which means, yes, it's dark. Now, remember that, as you said earlier, these cameras are very sensive. They automatically adjust. That's right. They automatically adjust depending on the conditions.
It's something very big behind this, very large and very big behind the clouds. The star cannot illuminate in that kind the sky. It's impossible, because if we're talking about the star, each part of this clouds will be illuminated the same. But no, we have this spherical, elliptic light, which I show you. It's exactly like on the Google Doodle for the 150 birthday of this Japanese cartoon maker or whatever it is. So we have the same shape like in Mexico. This is the one. People are not able to see it because this is blurry and all in a large pixelization. But you go see, and now you go further, and you can see the light. It's disappearing. It's ceasing.
Well, all I see here, Igor, is that the...
Look at that. Look at now. Look at that. Instead of being more illuminated, it's less illuminated.
Igor, that's what happens with the weather when you get clouds passing in front of the sun and then blocking out the sunlight. It gets dark.
We have every night this. When the clear weather is and when it's cloudy, got nothing to do with the clouds.
It's winter here, and we've had some dark and stormy days where I've had to turn the lights on inside in the middle of the day because it's been so dark. I don't have the lights on now because it's sunny outside. I mean that's what happens when clouds go across in front of the sun. It gets dark. Especially...
Okay, I will leave you this part of the video that you can assure yourself going back during the dates until the 30 or 27th of June, and you can see it that this is not the case. You have different kinds of weather. You have clear weather. You have situation with the moon. You have situation without the moon. So you must go through and watch all this, and this is not normal at all.
Okay.
Not normal at all.
I'm going to have to wind this up because we've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes now, and we can make another video. I'm happy to talk to you again if you wish. We can do another topic, but I don't want to make the videos too long because people just won't watch them. Okay, and
I don't think so.
We will have wasted our time. But at the end of the day, I believe that this is just a bug on the camera lens, as I showed earlier. And when we take it back far enough, we see that winged object actually ends up over the pier. You haven't addressed the questions about objects moving across the sky at 15 degrees per hour as everything else does, such as the sun and the moon and the stars. Yet this Nibiru, you say it's on some sort of orbit that we can't understand. You've got three telescopes there. You've got three telescopes, and unfortunately, you're unable to image this object through any one of those three telescopes. So, if you can find matching objects, matching images in the different webcams of what you claim is Nibiru, for example, if we go right back to, say, this one, for example, you said in your video that this was an object in the sky. You say it's not a bug. Okay, well, if this is an object in the sky, you should be able to go to several of the other webcams and show exactly the same object looking exactly the same as we see it here, but you can't. Okay?
No, this is the problem. Dazza, this is the problem. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the perception. The perception is very, very, very important here. What you see on the one camera, you don't see on another camera. But you don't listen to me. Let me put some argument in this.
I heard your explanation.
Listen now. Camera in Postojna, looking toward the Portorož. So these things, it's above the Portorož. But in Portorož, you don't see that.
It's funny that, isn't it? It's funny how you don't see it because it's not there. It's
very funny. This is very funny.
This one is a bug on the camera housing.
Okay, you have a right to think about this, but I agree with you that these images that you show from noon of June 30, which you have here just a few seconds ago, this is not any planet. This is not any object in the sky. This is something. What it may be a dirt on the camera, maybe a bug, maybe a spider. I agree with you 100% that. That's why I did not include this in my video, and I repeat, never present this in my video because this part is missing because I didn't take it. It's not something what is truthful or how you said a good argument, because it's visibly that this is a bug or a spider or dirt or whatever it is. But this what you're showing here and this what it's red, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. Well, this is what I'm trying to point here.
Okay, well, I think we'll have to disagree on that because as far as I'm concerned, this object here is the same object that we saw right at the start. It's just been moving around a little bit. You see the illumination is changing there. I'm going forwards now. We see it dances around a little bit as it's blowing around in the wind, as a spider web would do. It's harder to see in different lighting conditions, but there it is back again. And then we get back to the 1st of July.
Just a moment. I have one question. It just came up on my mind. So if this was the bug that it was scattered by this spider, let's say, it's a victim of the spider. Why this keep on pop up on a different part of the screen when spider it's probably roll this fly or whatever it is with his I don't know how do you say this
spider web.
Spider web, yes. Put it many of it around it, not to be moved. Then he bite her, he poisoned her, and this remain there. It's not moving at all from here. Not even okay. Let's say that wind. It's possible that wind fly this above the focus of the camera, and from time to time this come back. But we have this fixed fly on the other part of the focus of the camera, and this is not possible.
You talk
this
about
is not possible at all.
This one here.
And it remain the same color and the same shape.
This one here.
This is a problem here.
You're talking about this one, Igor?
Yes, this is about this. No, this one. No, this one. I'm talking about Sunday 19 at I think it was 23 or midnight. Go and see it. Remember this here, and now watch this. Go to the hour. More. At 11:30 or yes, somewhere here. Just go around and patient because this needs some time to change. Here it is. Look at that here. Do you see that on the right side of the screen?
Yes.
How is possible that something when it's fixed with a spider net, it's going from this end of the camera to this end of the camera. Now go and see more this so-called you call it bug, but this is the bug. Look at that. Look at that. Now when you put this in the graphic program, you can see inside around planet or planet whatever it is, around big planet which is surrounded but some kind of a dust or I don't know what is it.
And yet one half of the planet that can see the whole of the sky that we're looking at here, they can't see it. And the astronomers with the infrared cameras, I mean, I showed you how big the moon is. The moon is half a degree across in the sky. Okay, it's about that big, and it's half a degree.
No, I know.
So if hang on, Igor. If the moon was half a degree, if the moon was half a degree across, then this would be several degrees across in the sky. It would be huge. It would be unmissable, and it would be blocking out background stars.
This is not the size of it. This is an overlay filter which make it bigger. This ball inside is much more smaller.
Okay, well, even if it was smaller, even if it was half a degree across, which is the same size of the disk of the moon, then it would be very obvious to see, and astronomers would be imaging it. And
I already show you how big this thing is in my videos from Switzerland. I put the moon inside of this spheres, and you will see how many. It was 3.5 moon or 3.5 suns, and moon and sun are the same, almost the same measure at the photos. So it's not big difference.
Okay,
so 3.5 suns is the size of this planet, whatever it is, sphere, planet, you call it what you want. But this is not normal. This is not from the solar system, and somebody is actively hide this from the people with geoengineering and with denying. You will see one day that I'm right, and this day it's not far away.
Okay, I look forward to that day, Igor, and when that day comes, I will publicly apologize to you and declare to the YouTube
you don't need to apologize. I will be very happy if something will open your mind and make you to think different. I think different. I once think just same as you. 5 years ago, I was on the same position as you. And anyone says something like this, I will say, fuck you, this is not true, you're an idiot. Okay, now I'm different. Because I am different because for the change of other people on the YouTube, like BP Worldwatch or I don't know how many other people who are dealing with things like that, I'm different. I spend 16 hours daily, Greg, 16 hours, because I didn't make any capturing of this because I don't have to, even if you cut anything, it doesn't make any point against me, because it's everything in my head, and I know what I am doing, and I know what I am presenting.
Okay,
I'm
Igor.
not doing this for I'm not doing this for any fame. Nobody can pay my 16 hours during the day. Even my family is suffering from this, and a lot of other people. My job and everything what I do to survive, you know. So I'm doing this with open heart and with strong wish, and to show people that something is very, very wrong here. Thank you, Daza.
Okay, thank you, Igor. And I'll just explain that when I took you off screen share there and went to turn on my my camera so that you could see me again, my computer froze for about a minute. So we've got about a minute of missing discussion there. So I apologise for that. But
no, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I thank you, Igor, for talking to me very reasonably.
See you, and wait for another meeting. I'm very be happy to talk to you again.
Okay, thank you, Igor.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This is Dazza the cameraman. Today is Tuesday, 21st of July 2015, and I'm very pleased to have Mr. Igor Kostelac with me. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Igor?
Yeah. You pronounced correctly. Finally, yeah. Okay.
Great, thank you. Now, Igor has just called me on Skype, and he's explained that it's very hot there today, so he's been out and getting some cool, and now he's kindly called me back. Now, just as an introduction, I'd like to say, Igor, that sorry, I've just got the cat chasing me down at my feet here. I'd just like to say that I don't want to get into an argument with you. I want to have a respectful discussion with you. I will allow you to talk without interrupting you or talking over the top of you, and I would appreciate the same respect from you. And also, if we can try and keep our replies concise, in other words, hopefully answers shouldn't be any longer than 2 minutes long, so that the video is not too long. Otherwise, obviously, it'll be too long for people to watch.
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 minutes. I don't think that this is enough time to answer the question, especially not this kind of matter, because this is very constructive, and it's not simple to answer something. Okay, I will try, but I just remind you that this is very difficult to explain something like this in 2 minutes. But okay, I will try to be as short as I could.
Sure, and I've just switched back so that I can be seen on camera here as well. Obviously, there are some things that will require some more explanation, and if we need to, we can go over time. But you know, I think we'll just have to play that by ear. There's a question I would like to ask. I'm just going to flick back to the video showing the webcam that we started off discussing, which you believe shows the winged planet Nibiru, and this is on the Starnbergersee webcam. Now, it's probably going to be easier if I can switch to screen sharing, so that we can so that you can see what I'm looking at, and then you can comment on it. So if that's okay with you, what we'll do is we'll turn off the our webcams, and then I'll share in my screen with you. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'll turn off my webcam, and I will see if I can start sharing with you. You might need to turn off yours. I'll just see how we go. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, blurry, but I can see it.
Okay, hopefully it might.
It's all in squares, you know.
Okay. Well, in the final video, it should be a lot clearer, but I guess you know what we're looking at here. You recognise the webcam. So we can see this object here. This is on Tuesday the 30th at the 10th hour and 0 minute. That's the local time in Germany. Now, do you agree that this is the object that we've been discussing with the wings on it?
No, this is not the object that we are discussing. This is something completely different. And I yesterday made, before we made this meeting today, I made a video on my second channel on Separate Society, named or called "And Now Bug Off." And then I show exactly what is this and what is that, what I've been showing to you in this video. So if you, and I make and compare between these two different things. So what is this? I didn't include this in my video because this is certainly not what I'm showing to you in my video. In my video, I'm showing you a red object which is patched by some kind of a watermark filter, which is overlay over something that is probably visible in the sky, not with the naked human eye, but rather you have to consider, or people who will be watching that later, that a camera, especially this one in Germany, it's on a very high ISO resolution, so extensivity of the camera, it's very, very high. That's why you can see also the star in the movement, because it's a long exposure. And I want to say that this, what are you showing here, it's not what I've been using in my video in any point, because this here, it's coming in the front of this, I already forget how you say, this stick on the boat, you know what I mean?
The mast.
Yeah, the mast, yeah, thank you. The mast. This come in the front of the mast, which it means that this is in the front of this boat. So if this will be a planet, this is impossible, because the planet cannot stay in front of the mast. So this is not it. This may be a spider, this may be a bug, this may be a dirt on the camera. I don't know what it is, but this is not what I'm showing you in the video.
Okay.
Okay. That's why That's why I not include this one in my presentation. Okay.
Okay. Well, what I'll do in that case is I've downloaded the images from that webcam and saved them, so this is a lot easier. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll start off at the end of the first day of July, 23:30. I'll start off with that one, and then we'll work backwards. Okay. So there's nothing there.
Yep.
There's nothing there at the moment. Okay.
Yes.
Now I believe that.
Wait. There is in a moment. As you can see, can you go back one step back, please? One more, because I have a very bad picture here. One more, please.
Okay. This takes us to the next day.
Okay. Yeah. Look at that here. You see that?
Are you talking about up there?
Yeah. It was here, and now it's here.
Yeah, I've seen your video where you say.
Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that patch in the middle of the screen?
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just bear with me for a minute, Igor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step back. I believe that that's a different object to the one that we were discussing originally, but let me step back until we get to the one that is clearly the one that we were talking about. Okay.
This is not the object. This is the filter from the camera. This is a watermark filter, which they just make an overlay over something what is probably visible in the sky, because this camera has got ability to pick up things 20 times better than human eye. So you understand that we cannot see so many stars in the night with the naked eye. How much this camera shows to us? Okay.
Okay, now my understanding from watching one of your recent videos is that you're saying that there is a little watermark up in this corner that they move from this corner and they put it over any object that they don't want us to see to blur it out. Am I correct? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, correct.
All right, okay, so let's step back. Now we can see the orange color of the cloud. I remember in your video that you were saying that this Nibiru object was illuminating the clouds. I'm going to step backwards, so I'm going back in time, and so we're talking about this object here that appears to have wings, and we can see that it's got this orange color to it here. All right. Now, so we're agreed that this is the object that we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, well I'm going to keep stepping this back, and we can see that this object is sort of pretty much remaining in the same place in the sky. It's doing a little bit of a dance around, but it's...
may I answer this?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. These photos are not in the right order. They mingle the order of the photos. This is what they are doing, not only here to confuse someone who is watching, because if they leave this in a proper order, you will see that this is moving, and I put this in a right order, but not very well. I think that they have every 10 minutes. I think every 10 minutes they shoot one photo, so there is something what is missing in between, because this is. And when I put it, you can see that this thing, it's moving almost like a boomerang. Almost like a boomerang.
Okay,
but
well,
we miss a lot of this photo, because this is don't forget that this is the camera makes one photo each 10 minutes during the day, and during the night each half an hour.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess all we can go by is the information that's on here, which you're saying that they're taking out of order. So this is an important thing for people to look at. Down here, it gives us the time. Excuse me, the time and also the date here. So that's the 1st of July 2015. Now the other visual clues that we've got, of course, is the light angles, the shadows on the water, and the lighting. So if these images are taken out of order, that should also show up in the shadows and the relative lighting as the sun passes across the sky. The other thing that we've got as visual clues in some of the images are clouds, so we can tell by cloud movement whether the images are taken out of order or not. I'm going to continue to step back because this is quite important. Okay, now I've just stepped forward again. That was at 16:30 on the 1st of July. So I'm going to step back and we can see that the object has suddenly disappeared at 16:20.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's
Now,
what I'm talking about.
right. But I'm just going to step between those two images. I'm flicking backwards and forwards just to compare what we can see. Okay, between those two images, we can see that there's a boat that is suddenly moving across there, leaving a wake. And we can see that the three boats have moved on the water there. But anyway, I'm going to keep stepping back. Now this is the next photo, and the object is back in the sky at 16:10. So I'm going to keep stepping back, and we see that the object is still pretty much in the same top left corner, although it moves around slightly. Okay, now you can see it's looking darker here, which I believe is simply because of the changed position of the sun in the sky as the sun crosses the sky. Okay. Now.
Okay, but may I enter here inside this comment, because if this is the, for example, bug or a spider, and this is in the front of the camera, because probably the spider make a spider net of a, how you said,
on the dome.
What? Sorry.
On the dome of the camera, the housing.
Yeah, right. On the protecting box of the camera.
Yes.
Because this is the camera which is outside, so it's protected from the rain and from the sun. And the spider probably, if spider make a net, he will connect his net in the front of the camera for this protection box. Is that right?
Yes, sure. Okay, but now Igor, let me step back, and then we'll come to your points. Okay, I want to keep stepping back because there's something we're trying to get here. We're watching this object in the top left-hand corner, and here we go. It's just dropped down there. I'll just step forward one. So that was at that's at 12:20 on the 1st of July. And then the previous one is at 12:10, so that's 10 minutes earlier, and you see how it's dropped right down there. Now I'll keep stepping back, and there are those wings again, and the wings, and the wings. There are the wings still there. I'll just keep stepping it back because an interesting thing is going to happen very soon. Now I'll just step forward again. This one here is interesting because we seem to have two parts to it. So I'm not